Alright, so you learned a new English word, and you know the definition, and you can probably recognize it when you hear it. But then you try to actually use it in a conversation, and you can't quite figure out how to use it. Here's the problem. Knowing what a word means is not the same as knowing how to use it. So today, I'm going to show you a free tool that lets you hear real English speakers using almost any word or phrase in real conversations. It's called YouGlish. And if you're trying to turn passive vocabulary into active vocabulary, this is one of the best tools that you can use. Let's say you just learned the word reluctant. You look it up. Reluctant, unwilling or hesitant to do something. Great, you understand the definition. Maybe you even memorize this sentence. She was reluctant to accept the offer. But there's still a problem. You haven't really experienced the word. You don't know what words commonly appear around it. You don't know what situations people actually use it in. And you don't know how native speakers actually pronounce it. And this is where YouGlish becomes incredibly useful. Let's go to YouGlish and search a word. Let's do reluctant. Now, before we start listening, we need to choose the variety of English that we're learning. YouGlish lets you filter the results by dialect. So if you're learning American English, select US. If you're learning British English, you can select UK. And there are other options as well. I teach American English, so we're going to select US. Now, YouGlish searches through YouTube videos and finds real examples of people actually saying the word, instead of reading another dictionary example. Let's listen.
Is when you're reluctant to say you're finished with something because it's just not perfect.
In my head, I'm reluctant, I'm skeptical, and gradually I build my knowledge.
When people are afraid to take a risk, when they are really reluctant to do things differently.
You're hearing the same word in different voices, different sentences, and different contexts. And notice something important. You're not studying the word in isolation anymore. You're learning the language surrounding the word. This is extremely important for developing natural English. One of the biggest vocabulary mistakes that I see English learners make is this. They collect definitions instead of collecting usage. They see reluctant equals hesitant or unwilling. And they think, okay, I learned reluctant. Not necessarily. Because knowing what the word reluctant means doesn't automatically teach you how the word actually works in a sentence. For example, one common grammatical pattern is reluctant plus to infinitive. So you might say reluctant to admit, reluctant to say, reluctant to change, or reluctant to accept. The grammatical pattern tells you the structure, reluctant followed by to infinitive. And then, by listening to real examples, you start noticing the collocations, the verbs that commonly appear in that infinitive position, like admit, say, change, and accept. So now, you're not just learning the definition of a word, you're learning the grammatical patterns and collocations that come with the word. And those grammatical patterns and collocations make it much easier to produce a word when you're speaking. So here's exactly how I recommend using YouGlish. Let's learn another word, inevitable. First, learn the basic meaning. Inevitable, something that cannot be avoided. But don't stop there. Go to YouGlish, search inevitable, and listen to about 5 examples. But while you're listening, don't just focus on the definition. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, what are the collocations and grammatical patterns? Maybe you hear, it was inevitable. It seems inevitable. The inevitable sequence. You're looking for grammatical patterns and collocations, the structure the word appears in, and the other words that it naturally combines with. Number 2, what kind of situation is this word being used in? Politics, business, everyday conversations, perhaps academic discussions? This helps you understand not only what the word means, but when it sounds natural to actually use it. And number 3, how do native American English speakers actually use it? And this is one of my favorite reasons to use YouGlish. Sometimes native American English speakers say words differently than what you see in a dictionary. And importantly, that doesn't mean that they're pronouncing the word incorrectly. A dictionary will often give you a clear, careful pronunciation of a word. But in natural American English, pronunciation can change because of things like sound reductions, connected speech, stress, rhythm, and even commonly accepted pronunciation variations. So you might hear a native speaker pronounce a word in a way that differs from the dictionary, and that pronunciation can still be completely correct and natural American English. And this is where YouGlish is incredibly useful. Instead of hearing a word pronounced once in isolation, you can listen to multiple native speakers saying the same word in real speech. That gives you a much better understanding of the different ways that a word can sound when native English speakers actually say it. So don't just ask, how does the dictionary pronounce this word? Ask, how do native speakers actually say this word? Listen for things like, where is the stress? Are any sounds reduced? Do certain sounds seem to disappear? Do sounds connect or change? And do different native speakers pronounce the word slightly differently? You're not only learning how native speakers use the word, you're learning how native speakers actually say it. So, with just a few examples, you're working on meaning, context, grammatical patterns, collocations, and real-world pronunciation at the same time. But there's one more step, and this is probably the most important one. After listening to those examples, close YouGlish. Now create your own sentence. For example, with how quickly AI is developing, major changes to the job market seem inevitable. Then say it out loud, not in your head, but out loud. Because there's a huge difference between recognizing English and retrieving English. When you force yourself to produce the word without looking at the examples, you're practicing the skill that you actually need during a conversation: retrieval. You don't have a dictionary in front of you in a real conversation. You don't have 5 example sentences sitting on the screen. And you have to be able to retrieve the word yourself. And that's the skill we're trying to develop. Now, here's how you can make this even more powerful. Don't only search individual words, search phrases. Let's say you learned by the skin of my teeth. You could read the definition, barely succeeding at something. But that still doesn't tell you exactly how native speakers use it. Search the entire phrase on YouGlish. Now you can hear who uses it, what situations do they use it in, what normally comes before and after, and how the entire phrase sounds when spoken naturally. This is especially useful for idioms, phrasal verbs, collocations, and conversational expressions. So instead of memorizing, take something for granted equals fail to appreciate something, you can hear people actually saying, we take it for granted. Don't take your health for granted. I think people take this for granted. After hearing this phrase in context repeatedly, it starts to feel like one unit of the language instead of 5 separate words. And that's exactly what we want. So here's the entire method. Every time you learn an important new word, step 1, learn the basic definition. Step 2, search the word on YouGlish. Step 3, listen to about 5 real examples. Step 4, pay attention to how the word is actually used. What grammatical pattern does it appear in? What words does it commonly collocate with? What situation is it being used in? And how are native speakers actually pronouncing it? Step 5, close YouGlish and create your own sentence. Step 6, say that sentence out loud. And if this is a word you really want in your vocabulary, come back tomorrow and see if you can use the word again without looking it up. That last part is crucial because your goal isn't, do I understand this word? Your goal is, can I retrieve this word when I need it? Most English learners don't have a vocabulary problem. They know thousands of words. The problem is too many of those words are trapped in their passive vocabulary. You recognize them, you understand them, but you don't use them. YouGlish helps you bridge that gap because it helps you understand how vocabulary is actually used. You learn the grammatical patterns that it appears in. You learn the words that it commonly collocates with. You learn how native speakers actually pronounce it. And then you practice using it yourself. So the next time you learn a new word, don't just look up the definition. Listen to how people actually use it and how they actually pronounce it. then use it yourself. That's how you start turning vocabulary you know into vocabulary you actually use. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe or follow for more English learning content. Also, if you would like a comprehensive strategy for learning new vocabulary, check out this video.